Hello, my name is Rick Huddleston, a consultant with PWD Technology Group in Fort Wayne, Indiana, a certified Sage partner. I thought I'd sit down and kind of review a topic that's come across my desk quite a few times lately, and it is how to record a byproduct in production management. What do I mean by a byproduct? So throughout the production process, you're issuing materials and you're building an item, but you may be able to take some of that material that's been issued to a work ticket and actually put it back into inventory to use on a future product. So let's just take a look on how to record a byproduct in production management. First, let's take a look at the setup. If we go to production management, the setup options, you'll notice here that I've got checked limit materials auto issue to quantity on hand. We will be using the auto issue material issue method today. I like to use this method as a way to not let my inventory go negative. I do not like to see negative inventory, so we're going to limit materials on the auto issue because the auto issue creates a material issue transaction the minute this work ticket is released. And then you can go in and basically pull it out of inventory, put it to WIP, and start the manufacturing process. So we're going to use the auto issue material method today and also with the limit auto issue to quantity on hand. So let's go take a look at our work ticket that we're going to be playing with today. And you'll notice labor and material auto issue, it's still open. And so once we release this work ticket, it will create the the material issue transaction. So let's go ahead and release it. Say yes. And then we'll get a message that this work ticket is being processed in transaction entry. Okay. So let's jump over there and go ahead and post these two transactions, labor and material, to the work ticket. We'll do a drop down and we'll go to our materials. We really don't need to come here and look. I know that they're out there, but you can see that the material issued. The one thing that you will notice is that I have a part number, this line 15, this mount 810. There's nothing to be issued. So that's telling me I don't have enough stock on hand to build this item. But we're going to go ahead and post this. And I'm going to show you how to use a different item, an alternate item. And so you see here, we've got our labor, standard labor being posted and our materials being posted to the work ticket. So we'll go ahead and update that. Oops. So let's go take a look at the work ticket. So the first thing we see after our material issue is that all the items we have in stock and we've issued. But now we notice here, this mount 810, we don't have any. So the first thing I'm going to do is check to see if there is an alternate item that I can use in place of the 810. And I know there is. It's what's called an alternate item. And if you look here in item maintenance, if you go to the part number and then you drop down and this is a more button and you go to alternate, you can see that an alternate for this item is the 8200 item that we can use. So that's a setup issue. If you have items that can be substituted for each other, you just come in, go to the more button and tell Sage what it is. Okay, so let's accept that. We'll accept that and minimize that. So here, the first thing is, well, we want to build this today and we don't have any. But we know if we go to here and look at alternate items, we see that we can use this 8200. So we will select that item and we'll put it at step 10 where the other one was, and it was 2 pieces. And we're going to go ahead using dynamic material issue to go ahead and issue this item to the work ticket. So let's go ahead and accept. So that is how you can use an alternate item other than what was on the bill of material. The bill of material called for 80100, but we know our production people is telling us we can use this 802. So that's using an alternate item on the work ticket. You don't have to do any crazy transactions. If it's already defined, you can just go in, click up here, and select an alternate item. Okay, so now we've built this, or we're in the process of building this item, this cabinet. And because of the other item, now we have a piece from that other part that needs to go back into inventory, right? A byproduct, but we're not going to waste it. So to do that, you're going to come in here to work ticket transaction entry, and we're actually going to do a completion. So now let's go to our lines tab and select our work ticket. We know it was the last one here. So you will notice that there's a substitute item code here. You can go in and in lieu of, we're not going to do a completion on the finished good because what we're trying to do is put the item back into inventory. And so the item we're putting back into inventory that was based off of that part number, we had to pull it off that part number, but we can put it back into our inventory because we're going to use it again at some point in the future. And so it is this switch lock right here. Okay. So now that we have this switch lock in, we can tell it how much it cost and how many we're going to do. So we're going to complete for this work ticket. So now that it's tied to the work ticket, we're going to complete this completion entry, but this completion entry isn't going to complete the finished good. It's going to put this byproduct, this switch lock, back into stock. Okay. So let's go ahead and accept that. And let's go post. Okay. So here you can see that the original item code, the parent item that we're producing on the work ticket, but you'll also see here that the switch lock, 2 of them, are going back into inventory. So go ahead and update that. So that is how you record a byproduct on a work ticket. And what's nice about that is now that you know, once we can go back to our work ticket itself, and then you can see, if you go to inquiry and completions, you can see here, we've got a completion with 2, and it's this switch lock. So we didn't complete the parent item, but we completed a byproduct and put that back into inventory. So that is how you handle byproducts, since things never seem to happen straightforward, right? You can always run into situations where you have things that you need to put back into inventory during production, or if you need to switch items out. And so this is a pretty straightforward and easy way to account for those scenarios. Thank you.